Now let us talk about something most people never connect to nighttime bathroom trips, even though it plays a huge role, especially after the age of 40. What happens in your body during the day does not disappear at night. It follows you into your sleep. And one of the biggest hidden contributors to waking up again and again is fluid that quietly collects in your lower body while you are awake. As we get older, many of us spend long hours sitting or standing. Gravity pulls blood and fluid down into the legs and feet. In a younger body, strong muscles and healthy circulation push that fluid back up toward the heart. But with age, that system becomes less efficient. The tiny valves inside your veins weaken, and fluid begins to pool around your ankles and calves. By evening, you may notice tight socks, swollen feet, or heavy legs. Most people think this is just normal aging and never give it another thought. Here is what almost no one explains. When you lie down at night, gravity no longer holds that fluid in your legs. It slowly moves back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys do their job and filter it out. The result is a bladder that fills much faster while you are sleeping, even if you did not drink much before bed. This is why so many people wake up multiple times at night and assume something is wrong with their bladder, when the real issue started hours earlier. This is where simple movement makes a powerful difference. Gentle leg activity in the late afternoon helps your body process that extra fluid while you are still awake. It reduces how much fluid is left to be handled during the night. One of the easiest ways to do this is by activating the muscles in your thighs and calves while seated. These muscles act like a second pump for your circulation. Every time they contract, they help push fluid upward against gravity. You do not need complicated equipment or intense workouts. Sitting in a stable chair and gently lifting one knee at a time, as if marching in place, can be enough to start the process. The key is consistency and timing. When you move your legs several hours before bedtime, you give your body time to filter and release that fluid before you lie down. Over time, this reduces how often your bladder fills at night. Many people are surprised by how effective this is because it feels almost too simple. But your body responds to regular signals. When you activate the same muscles day after day, your circulation improves, swelling decreases, and nighttime urgency becomes less intense. This is not about pushing through pain or exhaustion. It is about reminding your body how to move fluid efficiently again. What matters most is not how hard you push yourself, but how often you show up. 5 minutes of intentional movement every afternoon can do more for your sleep than an hour of exercise once a week. And when this becomes part of your routine, it sets the foundation for the next steps we will talk about. Steps that directly improve bladder control and help your body hold urine longer without discomfort. Stay with me, because once you understand how movement, circulation, and muscle strength work together, you will see why addressing only the bladder is never enough. Now let us move deeper into the part of the body that most people never think about until something goes wrong. The muscles that quietly support your bladder every single day. These muscles do not get weaker overnight. They lose strength slowly, year after year, especially after 40. And because the change is gradual, many people do not notice it happening until urgency, leaks, or frequent nighttime awakenings become part of their routine. The pelvic floor is a group of muscles that forms a supportive base at the bottom of your pelvis. These muscles hold your bladder in the correct position and help control when urine is released. When they are strong, you can delay urination comfortably. When they weaken, the bladder becomes more sensitive, and even small amounts of urine can trigger the urge to go. This is one of the main reasons people wake up at night feeling like they must go immediately. Here is something important. Pelvic floor weakness affects both men and women. It is not just a women's issue. Aging, long periods of sitting, reduced activity, and even chronic coughing or straining can weaken these muscles over time. And once they weaken, the bladder begins to send urgency signals earlier than it should. Your body is not broken. It is simply adapted to less support. The good news is that these muscles respond extremely well to training, even later in life, but only if they are trained correctly. Many people think they are doing the right exercises, but they are actually tightening their stomach, clenching their hips, or holding their breath. That does not strengthen the pelvic floor. It just creates tension in the wrong places. To engage the correct muscles, imagine gently lifting upward from deep inside your pelvis, as if you are stopping the flow of urine and holding it for a moment. The movement should be subtle. You should be able to breathe normally. Your stomach should stay relaxed. When done correctly, this creates a lifting sensation rather than a hard squeeze. Training these muscles teaches your bladder that it does not need to panic at the first sign of fullness. Over time, this reduces urgency and increases your ability to hold urine comfortably, including during the night. The key is repetition and patience. These muscles need daily reminders to stay strong. Another powerful benefit of pelvic floor training is improved response speed. When urgency strikes, strong muscles can respond quickly, giving you time to calm the signal instead of rushing to the bathroom. This becomes especially important at night, when sudden urgency can jolt you out of deep sleep. When you combine pelvic floor strengthening with the leg movements we discussed earlier, your body starts working together as a system again. Fluid is managed more efficiently during the day, and the bladder is better supported at night. This combination creates a noticeable reduction in nighttime trips for many people within several weeks. This is not about perfection. It is about consistency. Small daily efforts compound over time. And as you continue watching, you will see how adding one more simple habit can further reinforce everything you are doing and help protect your sleep even more. Now we come to the habit that ties everything together and often makes the biggest difference for people over 40 who are tired of waking up at night. This is not about strength alone. It is about retraining how your bladder communicates with your brain. Over the years, many of us develop the habit of going to the bathroom at the first small urge, just to be safe. We do it during the day, and our bladder learns that it never has to hold very much. As a result, it becomes overly sensitive and starts sending urgency signals earlier and earlier. Your bladder is a muscle. Like any muscle, it adapts to how it is used. If it is never asked to hold more, it slowly loses that capacity. This is one of the main reasons nighttime urination becomes more frequent with age. The bladder is not failing. It is responding to training, just not the kind you want. Bladder retraining gently reverses this process. Instead of reacting immediately to every urge, you begin to follow a schedule. At first, this feels uncomfortable, but it is safe and effective when done gradually. The goal is to teach your bladder that it can hold more urine without danger. Over time, the urgency signals become less intense and less frequent, especially during the night. The first step is awareness. For a few days, simply notice how often you are going and how little time passes between visits. Many people are shocked to realize they are urinating far more often than necessary. Once you know your baseline, you can begin extending the time between bathroom trips by small amounts. Even an extra 15 minutes is enough to start changing the signal between your bladder and your brain. When an urge appears before your scheduled time, do not panic. Sit down, breathe slowly, and let the sensation rise and fall. Urgency often peaks and then fades if you do not react immediately. Gentle pelvic floor contractions can help quiet the signal. So can distraction. The key is showing your bladder that urgency does not always mean action. This approach becomes especially powerful at night. When your bladder is trained during the day, it is less reactive while you sleep. Some people also benefit from a single planned nighttime bathroom visit at the same time each night. This prevents extreme bladder filling and, over time, teaches the body to produce less urine during sleep hours. When bladder retraining is combined with daily movement, leg activation, and pelvic floor strengthening, the results are much stronger than using any one method alone. Each habit supports the others. Fluid is managed earlier in the day, muscles provide better support, and the bladder learns to hold more comfortably. This process does not require medication, special equipment, or drastic lifestyle changes. It requires patience and consistency over several weeks. But for many people, the reward is fewer awakenings, deeper sleep, better balance, and more confidence moving through their day. If you are over 40 and tired of planning your nights around bathroom trips, This is your reminder that your body is still capable of change, and the steps you take today can shape how you sleep, move, and live in the years ahead. Before we finish, there is one more piece that often determines whether these changes truly work long-term or fade after a few weeks. And that is how you support everything you are doing with your daily choices and your mindset. Many people start strong but stop when they do not see instant results. What most do not realize is that the body, especially after 40, responds on a timeline. Real change usually shows up after 6 to 8 weeks of steady effort. One of the simplest ways to help your bladder calm down is by paying attention to what irritates it. Caffeine and alcohol are two of the biggest triggers for nighttime urgency. Both increase urine production, and both make the bladder lining more sensitive. This does not mean you have to give them up forever, but reducing them in the afternoon and evening can significantly reduce how often you wake up at night. Even small adjustments can make a noticeable difference when combined with the habits you have already learned. Another overlooked factor is hydration timing. Many people either drink too much late in the evening or restrict fluids so severely that they become dehydrated. Both extremes can make bladder symptoms worse. The goal is balanced hydration earlier in the day, allowing your body time to process fluids before bedtime. When your body is well hydrated earlier, it does not overcompensate at night. Sleep itself also improves as your bladder calms down. Deeper sleep helps regulate hormones that control urine production. As interruptions decrease, your body naturally produces less urine at night. This creates a positive cycle where better sleep leads to fewer awakenings, and fewer awakenings lead to even better sleep. What matters most is not doing everything perfectly, but doing something consistently. Start with one habit that feels manageable. Add another when it becomes comfortable. Over time, these small actions stack together and create real change. Many people who once believed they would never sleep through the night again find themselves waking up rested and confident. If you are watching this and thinking about your future, ask yourself this: do you want the next 10 years to look the same as the last, or do you want them to feel better? Aging does not have to mean giving up comfort, independence, or control over your body. It can mean becoming more aware and more intentional. The techniques you have learned are not quick fixes. They are tools you can carry with you. They work because they respect how the body actually functions. And when you give your body the right signals, it responds, even later in life. If this message resonated with you, start today. Pick one small change and commit to it for the next week. Then build from there. Your future, well-rested self is shaped by the choices you make now, and you deserve sleep that restores you, days that feel steady, and a body that supports the life you want to live.